it to you kids, finding that missing armored car after all these years. But who are these two?
Don't you recognize them, Sheriff?
Why, it's Zeb and Zeke.
They were the ones that hijacked the armored car and sunk it in the swamp.
Then they waited all this time till it was safe to look for it, but couldn't find it.
So they invented the Witch and Zombie Act to keep people away.
While they searched the swamp with a metal-tipped pole.
I get it. The pole would make a metallic sound when it hit the armored car.
Yeah, and then they'd pull it up with the winch.
They had us fooled for a while with an old smokescreen trick. Show 'em, Velma.
Zeke the witch could appear and vanish as if by magic behind a cover of smoke. Watch.
Follow the clues. Link the patterns. Unmask the architects. You ever ask yourself why your kid's textbook sound like it was written by a DEI committee in a glass tower? Why every college class, even in engineering, is parroting the same buzzwords? Why scientific truth flips every 5 years, always in favor of more control? Let's follow the clues. Because all fingers don't just point to academia. They don't just point to big government. They point to something higher up the chain. A cartel. A knowledge cartel. Now, let's start small. Who decides what's in your child's textbook? One might say, the publisher. Okay, fair. But who does a publisher consult when writing the material? Answer, academic experts. Who are they? Professors, researchers, credentialed scientists, people who rely on peer-reviewed journals to get tenure, achieve funding, and stay legitimate. So the first clue is this. Textbooks don't come from truth. They come from citation networks. And those networks all feed from the same trough. Next clue. Where do the citations come from? Answer, academic journals. Now look deeper. Elsevier, Wiley, Springer Nature, Taylor and Francis. These 4 companies control over 50% of all scientific and academic publishing globally. And who started this consolidation, this monopoly? Robert Maxwell, Pergamon Press. That's right. A man later found floating in the sea under mysterious circumstances. A man with Mossad ties. The father of Ghislaine Maxwell. The girlfriend of, what was his name again? And the founder of Pergamon Press. Pergamon was absorbed into Elsevier. Elsevier now dominates scientific publishing, and scientific publishing is a source of academic truth. Now ask yourself this question. What kind of worldview do these publishers push? Because it ain't biblical. You ever wonder why textbooks across the country repeat the same buzzwords? Civic engagement instead of patriotism. Gender identity instead of biological fact. Global citizenship instead of national sovereignty. It's because they're not independently written. They're standardized. And who's shaping the standards? Foundations, Gates, Rockefeller, Carnegie, Soros, NGOs, UNESCO, OECD, Brookings, and the College Board and testing organizations that require alignment. And all of them defer to the experts. Who are the experts? Those who publish in cartel-controlled journals. Now we see it. Even Texas, which prides itself on being independent, has to deal with this junk. The Texas Board of Education might vote on what goes in textbooks, but they do so based on what experts recommend. You color the choices, I'll choose. And who do the experts cite? The cartel's data. Same in California, where the curriculum is just a soft echo of global NGO language and rhetoric dressed up in educational jargon. Whether red or blue, the state adopts what the cartel certified research says is best practices. And once Texas or California approves it, publishers update all their national books to match. So, The cartel doesn't have to control 50 states. It only needs to control the upstream data and 2 states downstream. Because Christians, pastors, and parents were taught to defer to the experts. The science says, studies show, the data suggests. But no one's asking who produced the study, who paid for the data, who filtered what made it into the public eye. We traded the wisdom of the Spirit for the approval of the institution. We stopped asking what's true. We started asking what's peer reviewed. And that's exactly how a cartel wins. Not by force, not by coercion, but by making you believe they are the truth. So, let's sum it all up. Your child's textbook, written to match standards. Those standards align with research. That research pulled from journals. Those journals controlled by 4 or 5 companies. And those companies, born from globalists, intelligent assets, and ideological pipelines. This isn't just publishing. This is narrative management on a planetary scale. And the most dangerous part, it wears a mask of objectivity. Second Corinthians 10:5 says, "We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God." We don't just need school choice, we need epistemological rebellion. Teach your kids that truth isn't found in footnotes, it's found in Scripture. That wisdom doesn't require a peer review, it requires fear of the Lord. Because we don't resist the knowledge cartel, they just won't educate our kids. They'll shape their souls. This is Chase Parrish Space.